more terrible consequences after each attack. But the Earth abided and repaired itself as best it could. The big mistake was an experiment gone wrong. A team of scientists in the Ukraine had created a black hole which they could not control. Over the course of the next century, it was said to have devoured the Earth entirely. People still lived on Earth during the bad times, but most left during the Hejira, the great exodus from the planet. But some stubborn humans never left the Earth even as it was dying. The character Martin Silenus, who is one of the 7 pilgrims that showed up at the beginning of the first book in the Hyperion Cantos, was born on Earth sometime after the big mistake. His family had been very rich, so they had many of the comforts that would have not been allotted to the vast majority living on Earth during those times. About every 10 months, the Earth would go into spasms as the black hole devoured its core. These caused violent global earthquakes. Though it was mainly believed that it had been the arrogance of mankind that caused the accident, it was also known that a computer error had caused the black hole to become unstable. So some speculated that the AI's involvement with the experiment at the time had intentionally caused it to go south. This is actually confirmed in the book Fall of Hyperion. The big mistake had been no mistake at all. The big mistake of 38 had been no mistake. The death of old Earth had been deliberate, planned by elements of the Technocore and their human counterparts in the fledgling government of the hegemony. The Hejira had been planned in detail decades before the runaway black hole had accidentally been plunged into the heart of the old Earth. The Lions and Tigers and Bears was the name given to the mysterious and powerful beings which inhabited the void which binds, the realm which connects all time and space. Their name is a direct reference to the 1937 movie adaptation of The Wonderful Wizard of Oz by L. Frank Baum. When considering what could be waiting for them in the Dark Forest, the Tin Man remarks that there may be lions and tigers and bears. The lions and tigers and bears are merely a representative for the dark things that could be potentially out there, hiding beyond sight. It is also revealed in the Fall of Hyperion that unlike previously believed, the Earth had not been actually destroyed after all. It had been moved by the lions, tigers, and bears. Earth spasmed and shook, but did not die. The Ultimates and Volatiles insisted that we move it where none of humankind would find it, so we did. To the Magellan Cloud, where you find it now. The Technocore, during their explorations of the void which binds, first encountered the beings they referred to as the lions and tigers and bears. The consciousness of these beings seemed to reside fully within the void which binds, but they were also supposedly creatures of both synthetic and organic composition. Whether or not they had physical bodies is never confirmed one way or the other. There is a bit more to discuss concerning the void which binds, so we will discuss that in another video. The lions, tigers, and bears were beings of empathy, and they acted in opposition to the Technocore, who were beings who lacked empathy entirely. Though the Volatiles of the Technocore had already set the destruction of the Earth in motion, the lions, tigers, and bears, the masters of the void which binds, teleported the Earth. To humanity, it looked as though the world had been finally swallowed by the black hole. The lions, tigers, and bears had their own reason for saving the Earth, which we will discuss later in another video as well. Thanks for watching, guys. Make sure Hi guys, it's me Quinn, and as always, if you appreciate my content, consider hitting the like button. It's the only way the YouTube algorithm really notices me. The Dune universe is huge, and the books expand in scope as they go on. Many worlds are involved in the sprawl of galactic society. Throughout most of the Dune saga, the world of Arrakis lies at the center of galactic politics. It is the only place in the known universe where the spice melange can be found. Arrakis is also referred to as Dune, and later in the series as Rakis. Arrakis was the final home to the Fremen, who had once been the Zensunni Wanderers. They had originated on the world of Poratrin. On the paradise world of Kaitain lives the Emperor Shaddam Carino IV himself, ruler of the known universe. The Emperor enforced order in his empire through his dreaded Sardaukar, who themselves were trained on the world Seleucus Secundus, which had been the ancestral home of House Carino long before the world was ruined and transformed into a prison planet. The home world of House Harkonnen was Giedi Prime. The world's days lasted about 31 standard hours, and it took about 2.6 standard years for the planet to fully rotate its star. Because the world had been highly